Hello, my name is Alyssa Jarvis, and I'm a documentary filmmaker. You might be familiar with some of my earlier work like Culture of Shame, my award-winning expose on corruption in the yogurt industry. I've had quite a bit of success over the years. 2 of my films have been featured in the prestigious Moonglow Film Festival. But today, I'm trying something different. I'm bringing my next project, Abnormal Fixation, to you here on YouTube. I became involved in this project 18 months ago when I learned of an organization in Charlotte, North Carolina called SKEPTI-COP. It's an organization aimed at debunking claims of the paranormal. But that's not what caught my eye. Since its founding, this organization has hosted an annual contest that is very interesting.
Howdy, folks. My name's Mark Missouri, and I'm the CEO and founder of SKEPTI-COP, Texan by the grace of God. I'm the brains behind this year's annual Quest for the Paranormal Put Up or Shut Up Challenge. Catchy, huh? I come up with great stuff like that 4, maybe 5 times a week.
Tell us more about the contest.
Well, we put up $250,000, cold hard cash, to anyone who through photographic or other tangible means can provide unimpeachable evidence of the paranormal. I mean, we're talking Bigfoot, the Chupacabra, that's a goat sucker, UAP, you name it.
But what makes your contest so different?
Oh, there's a Texas-sized difference, little lady. First, there's a certified application and credit check and background check and a legally binding contract. The claimant has 365 days, that's a calendar year, to show incontrovertible evidence of the paranormal.
What happens if they don't or they can't?
Oh, if they don't, if they lie or perpetrate a hoax, they pay me. They owe SKEPTI-COP $250,000. You mess around, you break bad, you pay up. Remember, my last name's Missouri, and that's the show me state.
I thought you were from Texas.
But my last name's Missouri.
As I got more involved in Mark Missouri's Put Up or Shut Up paranormal contest, I began to wonder, what kind of person would agree to these terms? Who would risk everything to prove the impossible? And what would be the fallout to their life, their reputation? And then I met this year's contestant.
Well, I'm Elvis Bragg. I'm an associate professor and author, and I host the popular podcast Bragging About the Paranormal. But the most important thing is, I am this year's SKEPTI-COP Put Up or Shut Up Contest Challenger. So that means I have 365 days, closer to 325 days now, to provide Mark Missouri with concrete, tangible evidence of the paranormal.
And you possess that evidence.
Do I possess that evidence? I'm working on it.
So, has a claimant ever collected the prize money?
No, the paranormal ain't real.
Why are you doing this? Why would you put yourself on the hook to owe SKEPTI-COP all that money?
Ever since I was a little boy growing up in New Jersey, I've been what you would call a true believer. For me, my fascination with the paranormal began with a Santa Claus obsession. I was 5, maybe 6 years old, and that was the time when my dad left my mom and me. And I became consumed with this notion of a magical man out there in the ether somewhere who would bring toys to all the good little boys and girls of the world from his magical sleigh. And as soon as I could clutch a crayon, I was writing letters and manifestos to Santa Claus in his workshop at the North Pole. And every Christmas Eve, I would bake cookies for Santa and I'd leave out a glass of milk for him. So for me, Christmas morning was the greatest time in the world. My eyes would just snap open. I'd pull on my underoos, which I still have, by the way, and I would trundle downstairs to the living room and the Christmas tree, and there I would see it. The cookies that I left for Santa, they were half eaten. The milk glass was half empty, and there'd be a trail of cookie crumbs and sprinkles leading to the fireplace. So for me, this was tangible evidence. Santa Claus is real.
But of course, that isn't evidence, Elvis. Santa Claus is a children's story.
He's real to me. And my mother tried to dissuade me from this belief. She took me aside and she said, Elvis, honey, Santa Claus is not real. Worst day of my adult life. And for a while, I suffered from clinical depression. But very soon, I doubled down. I decided I would not live in a world where Santa Claus is not real. Now, that made things difficult for me in high school. I got beat up a lot, especially in gym class, once in algebra. But very soon I went to college and I started to meet like-minded people. I went to a party and I saw the 1967 Patterson-Gimlin film. For me, that was this aha moment. The clouds parted, the sun shone, I heard angels singing. Ah! I had my permission to believe in Santa Claus again.
Listen, hoaxes hurt people, man. As far as I'm concerned, SKEPTI-COP is the policeman for the paranormal Wild West. The law's back in town and I'm the sheriff.
And I realized at that moment what I had to do with the rest of my life. I have to make people believe again in magic.
But isn't it also true that this contest has made you a very rich man?
Oh, SKEPTI-COP is a non-profit, man. And I'm a philanthropist. You see, the Put Up or Shut Up challenge keeps everybody honest. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm doing the Lord's work. Amen.
But Elvis, there are more people looking for Santa Claus, I mean Bigfoot, than ever before in history. There are 5.5 billion smartphone users all around the globe, filming everything, everywhere, all the time. And there's no industry.
Well, they're not looking in the right place, are they? Or they're not seeing what's in front of their eyes? Alyssa, look at me. I see what's in front of my eyes. And there is more in heaven and earth, Horatio, than is dreamed of in your philosophy. And I'll say this to you, Mark, Missouri. There's an army of us out here. An army.
There's an army of people looking for Santa Claus.
No, an army of people who are open-minded. Alyssa, scratch the surface of this. Scrape it. Peel back that scab. Our life, it's more than commuting. It's more than paying bills. It's more than grief or loss. There's magic in this world if only we know where to look for it. So peek around the corner. Look under the bed. You'll find that wonder.
And you know where to look.
The little help from my friends? Yeah. Yeah, I think I do.
Two men, Mark Missouri and Elvis Bragg, both determined to prove the other wrong, with high stakes and a fortune on the line. All that money, all that ego, hinging on proof of the paranormal. But that was just the beginning. As I delved deeper into this story, I discovered something that would change everything. In all the ways these two men are completely different, they share one important commonality. To be clear, you were married to a man, Elvis Bragg, who pretty much believes in everything, and you left him for Mark Missouri, a man who believes in nothing.
That's a bit of an oversimplification. What did you say?
So tell me how you and Elvis met.
We met at a wedding reception. I had seen him the whole night because everywhere I looked, I could see him gesticulating wildly. It was hard to miss him. But he actually bumped into me at the dinner buffet and spilled food and wine all over me. And then his jacket caught fire over a lit candle. After I put it out with a fire extinguisher, we started chatting, and he was witty. He was charming. See, I've always found myself uncontrollably attracted to very verbal men. There is just nothing sexier than a man who loves the sound of his own voice. To me, anyway. And that night, Elvis, he talked. He talked me into bed. And the next morning, he talked me into staying for breakfast and then lunch, and, well, you get the idea. I was gonna leave, but he hid my car keys, so I stayed. We fell in love and we eloped. We honeymooned in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, and spent a week, just the two of us, searching for the Mothman. We lived on love. We ate, drank, and breathed love. I don't think I ever stopped laughing that whole first year we were together. Elvis just knows how to make me laugh. And then we shared what I can only describe as the best 5 years of my life.
Oh, but it says you guys were married for 10 years.
Exactly. I adore Elvis, but soon I was exhausted.
Tell me more about that.
Haven't you figured it out yet? All of this, it's Elvis's world. We're just living in it. And now he's roped you in too.
No. I chose him as the subject of this documentary.
I'm sure you believe that. But talk to me again in a month. Have you met Elvis's entourage yet? Bleeder, the professor, the kids?
No, not yet.
You will. Trust me. Elvis has this gift for pulling people into his orbit, and everyone in his crazy little group tilts at windmills. Elvis's windmills. Did he show you his animated series? The one where a cartoon version of Elvis battles possessed supernatural toys? We made 58 episodes and it never got to air. I mean, that's Elvis in a nutshell.
But at some point, you must have.
I mean, sure. I see now what my problem is. I'm simultaneously attracted to and repulsed by Elvis at the same time. For 5 years, I found all his nuttiness charming, sweet even. But then there was this one night in Chicago at an awards ceremony for Parapsychologist of the Year when I woke up. I had an epiphany.
What kind of epiphany?
So I was jet lagged, beat, and I suddenly experienced this awareness during Elvis's acceptance speech. He began by thanking everyone for supporting him. Almost everyone.
He didn't thank you.
No, he didn't thank me. He thanked his entourage. He thanked the Loch Ness Monster, by name, of course, Nessie. But his wife, the one who rented him his tux, got him the plane tickets, and got him to the show on time.
That's just not right. She always remembers that wrong. I did thank Season in that speech. I mean, why wouldn't I thank Season? She's my heart, my soul.
No, he didn't thank me. He definitely didn't thank me. Have you seen the award show footage? I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
We're still waiting on permissions, but when we get it, I plan to cut it in here.
Anyway, that night I realized where I was with Elvis. It was literally thankless. We were, I don't know, codependent. I was his enabler. I mean, I was always cleaning up Elvis's messes. I set up his projects, made all his appointments. I worked full time too. It was exhausting. Soon it became a tug of war. I mean, Elvis was putting all this time and energy and money into his crazy adventures with his nutty entourage. And meanwhile, our house is falling down around our ears. I developed high blood pressure while we were married, as well as central serous retinopathy and an eye twitch. He had to change. And before you say anything, I know what you're thinking. I had to change too. I'm half of the equation, right? And so I did. I started journaling. I began a dream diary. I got into yoga. I mean, I practiced self-care.
But Elvis didn't change.
No, Elvis doesn't change. He just doubles down on what doesn't work. Like magically, it's going to work this time. He's the eternal optimist, and that's charming. It's why I fell in love with him. But that optimism is also relentless. After about 6 months of couples counseling, I told Elvis I would leave, and he didn't change. So I did. Then I met Mark at a conference in Austin, and he was a breath of fresh air, fresh Texas air. He was still, slow, quiet, and strong. He courted me, you know? He would send me limos to pick me up for our dates. He took me to see shows. He sent me flowers. We're talking long stem roses by the dozen. He even let me pick out this house and decorate it to my taste, except for his office. That's definitely his taste.
Susan, you talk very differently about Mark and Elvis.
Mark is stable. There's absolutely no drama with him. He thinks about my feelings. He doesn't do Elvis's whole weaponized incompetence shtick. You know, I don't have to take care of him.
But does he make you laugh? Do you have as much fun with him as you had with Elvis?
I try not to overthink things.
She always overthinks things. She's always in her head. She's trying to control every single aspect of her life. If she would just relax a little, everything would be fine. She doesn't love Mark. She loves me. She's on some kind of vacation with him. Sometimes, I just wish she would trust me.
You and Elvis have been separated for 2 years, and you haven't signed the divorce papers.
Wait, is that what Elvis told you, that I won't sign them? He won't sign the divorce papers.
Well, in all fairness, you haven't signed them either.
I mean, what's the point? If he doesn't sign them, me signing those papers isn't going to accomplish anything, right? But, Mark isn't too happy about it. He wants to have a big wedding at his ranch in Amarillo.
What about the debate between Mark and Elvis?
You mean the dick measuring contest?
Well, in that regard, I'd say everything's bigger in Texas. Everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bragg here is a charlatan.
Au contraire, mon frère, I am a licensed parapsychologist.
Yeah? And where'd you get that license? Hogwarts?
Oh, aren't you funny? A literary reference. I didn't think this guy could read.
Oh, I can read and I can write. I mostly write my name on deposit slips when I get paid by scammers like you.
You're the scammer. He's the scammer. He's a predator. SKEPTI-COP doesn't care about science or facts. All he cares about is lining his pockets.
Oh, that's rich.
No, you are. Filthy rich, folks.
Yeah, and I donated more to charity last year than your entire paycheck for the last decade. Now you want to talk about who's a maker and who's a taker?
Oh, I change hearts, Mr. Missouri. I change minds. The search for the paranormal, it's the quest for the magic in our lives, for the serendipity, for the wonder. When you fall in love, you feel that wonder resonating through every pore and sweat gland in your body. When your child is born, you feel a connection to that child beyond the mere empirical. You feel it rumbling in your guts, in your bowels. And when you lose someone you love, a parent or a friend, and yet you still feel they are walking right beside you? That is not mere loss. That is not grief. You have entered a world beyond flesh and blood, beyond reason. And the cowboy here, he does not have the capacity to understand any of this. But the good news is me. I do.
Oh, I see straight and I shoot straight, Mr. Bragg. And you're all hat and no cattle. What he just described is why we want to believe in the paranormal and Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster. Hell, I don't disagree with him. You should write Hallmark cards. And you know, it warms my cockles when a child wants to believe in Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny or socialized medicine. But it ain't real, none of it.
His warmed cockles aside, science is only certain until it isn't. The paranormal is real, just as yet, poof, undiscovered.
Well, all right then. Put your money where your mouth is, Bragg. Put up or shut up. Take the challenge.
Mr. Missouri, I accept your challenge. I will be right here next year, same time, to prove you wrong. I will prove the paranormal exists.
Don't forget to bring your checkbook. And, you do know how to spell Missouri, don't you?
A-S-S.
I begged him not to debate. I knew Mark would goad him into accepting that challenge. And when he loses, it'll destroy Elvis.
Because he can't pay.
No, having his whole belief system disproved in front of the whole world. I don't think Elvis can come back from that. You know, he suffered from depression in the past when his father left him and his mom, and when he found out that Santa Claus isn't real.
Susan, you still care for Elvis.
He annoys me, but Elvis is not malicious. I don't think he ever set out to hurt anybody. It's just his nature. He can't see past his own reflection.
Susan, you're a forensic biologist. And in all the years that you've studied paranormal activity, have you ever...
Listen, when I was with Elvis, he could cast a spell, for sure. I think every time we hunted Sasquatch, some part of me actually believed we would find the evidence. But now I don't think it's out there.
It makes me so sad and mad that Susan has lost her faith in Bigfoot. It's Mark's fault, the heathen, but I'm gonna make damn sure she gets that faith back. With me. Ridley. How do I look?
Fine, Mr. Bragg.
How's my breath?
It's okay.
What about my muscles? Do they look big? You know, I've been working out. See that bicep?
Sure.
Because Susan has to see me looking good. You know, she has to... This is like the biggest day of my life. What are you doing?
Sorry, Mr. Bragg. I'm just looking at my phone.
Well, try to act like you care, okay? Susan has to see me. She has to want me. Read me one of my Rate My Professor reviews.
Sure, Professor Bragg. Great professor. Took his 8-week class.
Really? Is that how you read a review? Read it like you mean it, like it matters to you.
Elvis is an amazing professor. He is very funny and nice.
No. Read the one I like.
Elvis was great to have in Con 231. I sometimes forgot I was even sitting in a college class because of how fun he made the class, and the connections I made with him and my peers over the course. I took the course seated, and I do not regret it. To this day, it is by far my favorite college course I have ever taken. Feel better, Professor Bragg?
I feel great. All right, I'll be right back.
What is he doing? Susan is going to be here any minute. This is a huge day. They haven't seen each other since... Oh my God.
All right. Out of the way, everybody. Coming through. My big moment. Season.
Elvis.
So good to see you. You're even more beautiful than I remember.
Thank you.
How's your eye?
It's fine.
And your blood pressure?
Going up a little bit.
Sorry to hear that.
Elvis, what the hell are you doing?
What do you mean? We're sharing a drink together for the first time in what feels like years. Cheers. Relax.
You realize that Mark is going to destroy you, right? You don't have $250,000. You don't have $25,000.
I mean, Mark can't destroy me. No one can destroy me. I can't even destroy myself. And here's the thing. Alyssa has cut me in on a profit-sharing arrangement for this documentary and season. It's going to be huge, okay? And this time, I am going to find that evidence of the paranormal.
Listen to yourself.
I didn't say anything.
Listen to yourself.
I'm not speaking.
You are going to find something that no one in the entire history of the human race has ever found before?
Yes.
Elvis, that's egomania.
No, it's not. I just know I can do it.
Oh my God.
I mean, I got you to marry me, didn't I?
Yeah. You're like my own personal Svengali.
Great.
Or Rasputin.
I don't know who that is.
We already know that somehow you can convince me to do anything.
Well, I certainly hope that's the case because, Season, I gotta tell you something. I've recruited Bleeder, I've recruited the professor, I've got Natalie, I've got Ridley, but I need you.
No.
Yes, I need you.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, I need an experienced forensic biologist, and you're the best in the business. I trust you. I need you, Season, on this team.
I'm not going to let you rope me into this.
What if I ever roped you into?
That threesome, for one.
Oh, come on, don't blame me for that. I didn't know she was into that German stuff.
Elvis, I do have to tell you something, and you are probably not going to like it. I know you're not going to like it.
What?
I have agreed to examine your evidence forensically.
Great.
For Mark.
What? For Mark? Why? You've gone to the dark side? You're going to work for SKEPTI-COP?
I'm with Mark now, Elvis, not you.
Really? Then why are you still wearing the wedding ring I gave you? Yeah, look at it. Remember when we found it in that cute little shop in Red Bank? I had just eaten those gas station hot dogs and I had explosive diarrhea, and you had to clean me up in the restroom and there were no paper towels, so you had to use that heater. And then I proposed to you.
Yeah, under the Bigfoot statue in Willow Creek.
It is the Bigfoot capital of the world, Season. Why don't we go back there, just you and me? We could renew our vows, start over. It would be a whole new beginning.
I am not doing this with you again, Elvis. Why don't you talk to Dr. Carroll?
Talk to Dr. Carroll. She says you need to come back to couples therapy. I made an appointment for us this Tuesday at 10. Can you make it?
We're not a couple. We haven't been a couple for 2 years. I'm not going to encourage your delusions anymore.
Season, just examine the evidence for me. If you have to show it to the Rhinestone Cowboy, fine. I don't care. I need you.
No.
Yes.
I'm not doing it. Do you understand? Do you hear the words? I'm not doing it.
But ultimately, you agreed to be on Elvis's investigative team again.
Yes. Yes, I did.
So you're enabling him again.
No, because this time I know what I'm in for. My eyes are wide open.
Are you trying to win her back?
I think I've been perfectly clear about that, haven't I?
So this put up or shut up challenge is a $250,000 romantic gesture to win back your ex-wife.
She's not my ex-wife. We're separated, not divorced. And if Season will just spend some time with me, she'll see that leaving me was a terrible mistake.
She asked you to change. Have you changed?
Yes. Uncategorically. Or categorically. Can you get a close-up? Come in close. Okay. Ready? I have learned my lesson.
Ask Elvis what he did wrong. Just ask him, for shits and giggles.
I know I made the same mistake twice. But Alyssa, the important thing is, I won't make the same mistake a third time. You know what they say, fool me twice, third time's the charm.
Can Elvis pay Mark the prize money?
No, he lives on a teacher's salary.
Oh, Alyssa, I got this handled.
Answer the question.
Fine. I'll show you my ace card. As you can see, this is an antique clock. It's an heirloom constructed by one of my ancestors, old Elvis Bragg, Harry for short. He was a founding father and clockmaker in colonial America, and he just missed signing the Constitution because he was late getting to the convention.
That clock, Elvis, it's not an antique. It looks like an electric guitar.
Old Harry invented the first electric guitar clock. He was the first metal musician, really. And he and the Founding Fathers, they would have a great time rocking out, and they could tell time while they did it.
How did he plug it in? I mean, electricity wasn't a household convenience in colonial America.
I mean, sure, that was a problem, absolutely. You know, he had to wait alongside Ben Franklin for the next lightning storm to hit, but when it did, he and those Founding Fathers would be jamming, even with third-degree burns on their fingertips.
That clock has been in Elvis's family for generations. It's one of a kind.
So it's real.
I would hate to see him lose it because of that stupid contract with SKEPTI-COP. But Mark wants it.
Mark?
It would be the second time he's taken something that belongs to Elvis, he says. He wants a trophy.
Alyssa, I got a real nice spot for that old clock.
It's a $4 million clock. You're going to take it in lieu of $250,000?
Bragg signed the contract, ma'am. He put it up as collateral. This is on him.
Are you at all afraid that Elvis might win?
Oh, bless your heart. No, paranormal ain't real. You can't prove a double negative.
No, I mean, are you afraid Elvis is going to win back season now that they're working together again?
I ain't sweating it. Season ain't fixing to leave me. This ain't my first rodeo.
Elvis, I'm worried for you. How are you going to prove the existence of the paranormal in 325 days?
Alyssa, it's easy. We two, you and I, drum roll please. We are going to film the Woodpire Mill Phantom.
The Woodpire Mill Phantom? What is that?
Well, the Woodpire Mill Phantom is a terrifying legend here in rural North Carolina, and we are going to reveal him to the whole world in all his glory. So, folks at home, I say, watch this space. You ain't seen nothing yet.
In our next installment, you'll meet Elvis's investigators and learn more about the legend of the Woodpire Mill Phantom. And then you'll see the search that led to the discovery of a monster.